Anger is your friend, not your enemy. If you want to find out how to make anger your friend and not your enemy, watch this video to the end. Now let's break it down and work it out. Come on, let's go. Okay, so how do we make anger our friend? That's real important. Well, I got 3 fixes for you. The first fix is we got to turn our unhealthy anger into healthy anger. And how do we do that? Well, number 1, we got to find ways to be able to get it out without hurting ourselves or those that we love, those that are around us. Unhealthy anger is snapping at your kids. It's using demeaning words or being short with your wife or your husband. It's taking it out on your employees. It can even escalate into violent explosions. I mean, there are a lot of unhealthy ways that anger can come out of us. But we have to be able to take a measure of control back and let that get out of us in healthy ways. And this is a beautiful way that you can have some measure of control, some measure of being able to see where the end result might be, is taking this first step. As an example, my hospice that I worked with for many, many years used to do a kids camp. And that kids camp was for grieving children that had lost a loved one. We also had some of the parents there, and I worked with a lot of the parents and the kids, but a lot with the parents. And one of the things we did is I took cartons of eggs and gave it to each one of the parents. And I took them over to a tree and asked them to think about what it is exactly that's making them angry and sort of focus it on that egg and then throw that egg as hard as they wanted to at the tree. Well, it went through a couple of rounds and half of them missed the tree the first time, had to go pick it up. And then the kids saw them and it just turned into a real healing moment, a real helpful moment, because they were seeing their parents being able to process, being able to get some of their anger out in a very healthy way, even laughing through part of it. And so it doesn't have to be throwing eggs at trees, but it does have to be a way that's right for you, that you're able to get that anger out in a very, very healthy way. You could work out. You could chop wood. You could run. You could work in the garden. Go for a bicycle ride. Go out in the woods and scream. Whatever it is, whatever way that you find to be able to get that out in a healthy way that doesn't harm you or those you love that are closest to you, use that as your first fix. Get it out. Don't let it sit in there. The longer it sits inside your chest, in your heart, in your spirit and soul, it begins to spread and affect other things. So don't allow that anger to grow, but get it out in a very healthy way. First fix. Okay, just to recap, let's look at all 3. You have to find a way to express your anger, to get it out in a healthy way. Number 2, you have to use your anger to heal and not just to rage. And then number 3, reconcile it to where you are now so that you can take the next step, one day, one moment, one step at a time. Break it down and work it out. Blessings. I hope to see you next time. If you would, hit subscribe and like down at the bottom. I've got a new series, a new release coming up for grief. Hopefully it will be next couple days. We're going to be looking at sadness and how to turn it upside down. So I hope you stay tuned to this channel, and it's great being with you. Blessings.